Welcome back to another installment of In Any Arena. If you like our content, give us that CLS treatment, that comment, that like, and subscribe. And again, thank you for watching. Let's get into it.
Wow, Dub, we back. What's good, brother?
Hey, I can't call it, man. Another day, ready to transition to the weekend. And again, there's just a lot of sporting events that are occurring this weekend. A lot to watch, a lot to digest. Bowl games, Mr. Olympia, boxing, football, basketball. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. So I'm doing well, man. How about yourself?
I'm doing great, brother. Like you said, it's a great weekend for sports. I'm looking forward to it. We also got the World Cup finals, which, guys, check out our video on that. We're going to be dropping that as well. But we're here right now to talk about Mr. Olympia. So, Dub, for people that don't know what Mr. Olympia is, can you give us like a quick 2 minute rundown of what this competition is and who it involves?
Yeah, sure. Let me preface my rundown by saying, you guys, we love you. Thank you for watching our content, but we need you all to give us that CLS treatment. Comment, like, and subscribe. Again, we're trying to grow our channel, reach broader audiences, and by you liking and subscribing, that can help us get towards our goals. So let me go ahead and dive into it. So, Mr. Olympia is a bodybuilding competition that is held for professional bodybuilders. Typically, it's in Las Vegas, Nevada. That's where it is this year. Last year, it was in Orlando, Florida. And there's various. What
Before
was
you
that?
go into that, Dub, so
Hmm.
again, me being a novice, not really knowing a lot about professional bodybuilding,
Yep.
I've heard of bodybuilding, but then I've also heard of physique. Are those the same thing? What are the nuances there between the two?
So great question. So there's different categories to bodybuilding. I'm just going to talk about men's bodybuilding, but not necessarily women's because there's different categories as well. So when you have the categories, you start off the most to me the most popular division is men's physique because that is supposed to be your beach body type of look, which is not. These guys are huge, but basically these guys are on stage and they're being judged from the waist up, and they wear board shorts, which are like swimming trunks.
Mhm.
So there's a very stout lineup this year, highly competitive, and I think we're going to be in for a treat this weekend. So that's men's physique. Then you have classic physique, which is you all are familiar probably with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yep.
Like that's the epitome of classic. So there's a division that was tailored for guys, again, for the full body, legs, calves, shoulders, chest, back, arms. Like classic physique takes into account the whole body. You have on like very low cut shorts though, like cut trunks. They're not the like the thong like underwear or trunks that the guys wear, and the 212 division as well as the bodybuilding division. So the transition to the 212 division, 212 is basically for guys that can compete in open bodybuilding, but they're shorter, right? So the taller you are, the more muscle you put on, the better it looks. These guys still look phenomenal and they can compete in the open, but typically 212 are for guys that are probably 5'8" or 5'7" and under.
Mm,
Um, yeah, but
okay.
again, full body. These guys are typically bigger than your classic physique guys. They're massive, but their weight cap is 212. So basically, when you start getting to the classic physique foot competition, 212 men's open body building, there's a height and weight limit. There's a height and weight limit. So for these guys, they have to be 212 pounds, and there's a height requirement as well. And so, lastly, open bodybuilding, which is like the epitome of bodybuilding, where you had these really big guys, like let me give you a good example. Maybe people will know Ronnie Coleman. Ronnie
Yep.
Coleman, the greatest bodybuilder of all
You
time.
barely walk
He
now, man.
open by his training, man, his training program. It was just a little too extreme, I think. Uh, he he definitely put all he had into bodybuilding. But then you have people like Jay Cutler, who who's in his early 50s, still look good, and he trained very smart.
Yeah.
So those are you got what's my guy's name? He's on everything now. I see him all the time. I don't know. Those are just two good examples. Men open bodybuilding, like
Mhm.
superstars. But let's get into the men's physique division, because that's the division that I know most about. And I'll say this: the competition is stacked, and I have a list
Right.
of people that. First of all, I'm gonna give you my top five. Well, yeah, your top five is most likely your people that are going to get called first call outs, meaning that you're one of the finalists. So I have in my top five, um, and leave some comments below if you think differently. I got Alex Toplin. This is his first year competing in the Olympia, and actually, let me show you a picture of him. So let me present my screen here so you all can see what these guys look like, so you can get an idea of what I'm talking about. But bodybuilding is a very interesting sport to follow. Um, for me, I enjoy it because I know the work that goes behind getting your body to that type of condition to compete
For sure.
against other guys that look just like you, if not better. So, um, if you're able to see my screen right here, these are a few men's physique competitors that are actually competing in the Olympia.
And that's me
Uh,
on the left side, guys.
that's Alex. That's actually Alex. So that's Alex.
Oh, right,
Yeah,
right, right.
so that's Alex Toplin. If you don't follow him on YouTube, definitely check him out, man. He posts some very inspirational stuff. I like his story. Very humble guy. But he puts in a lot of good work. But as you can see, these guys are wearing board shorts. But I have him coming in the top five. I mean, when you look at his physique, man, it's very symmetrical. It's very symmetrical. Full chest, full shoulders, nice V taper. Like this guy, if he comes in hot and he peaks right, he's going to scare a lot of people. Again,
Mm.
they're judging them from the waist up, right? Not the legs. But these guys still do train legs. Trust me. So I have him in my top five. I actually have him in my top five as well. His name is Keon. Keon's last name I think is Holder. I'm sorry, it's Karan Holden. And Karan, I mean, this guy, I mean, look at him. I mean, his physique is amazing. One of the things about Karan is this. I think it's going to get to a point that he might have to transition to classic physique.
I'm
Just
too
looking
big.
at, yeah, his size. Yeah. These guys in men physique are getting too big. Like Alex is 240. Like this like his stage weight is around like like 220 high, low 230s, probably like 220 high. But when he his off season, this guy gets up to like 250. He's like 6'1", 6'2". Like this is a big guy. He's a little shorter in stature, but I mean, look at him. He has to be every bit of like 210 on stage, maybe 205. So these guys are big. So I have him coming in fourth in the competition. So let's round out the top three. So when I look at the top three, I have coming in at number three, Ryan Terry. And
Mm.
to me, Ryan Terry is the epitome of men's physique. He's had to put on a lot of size over the years just to keep up with the competition. But if you look back at Ryan, many years ago, he's been doing this, or he's made it to the Olympia seven times. This guy's like, look at his abdominals, look at his up top. Like, he's big and he's full, but he doesn't look as big as these other guys. These guys are huge. So when I look at Ryan, he's aesthetically pleasing. One of his biggest shortcomings is that his back is weak. And so when you look at men's physique, you're judged on the front and the back. Backs win shows. And so if you got a weak back, then a lot of the times it's going to be hard for you to place high in competitions. And so that's one of the things that he has worked on in the off season. And I don't have any current pictures of him up right now, but again, check out his YouTube page as well. But his back looks insane now, so he's been putting in a lot of work, and I think he will be rewarded for the work that he's put in. I don't have him winning, but he's definitely going to be in the top three.
For sure.
Number two, Aaron Banks, right here, the guy to the left, bald, dark skin, the tallest of the group. Yeah, I have him coming in second. I mean, look at his physique. That picture doesn't do it any justice. He's shredded. and he has very good symmetry. Again, V taper. What I mean by V taper is you look big up top, your waist looks very small, and that's what they're looking for in men's physique. A lot of these guys, he could probably be 220, 230, but his waist is like a 30, 28. I mean, you're talking about a very small waist on a big
Crazy.
guy, so yeah, sensational physique. But the guy that I have winning his fourth Olympia, Brandon Hendrickson, right here, right next to this guy. I mean, his physique is amazing. Brandon is about 5'9", but he's always on. And when you look at Brandon's physique, I mean, you could tell. Just look at his chest. His chest is full. His midsection is crazy. V taper. One thing that I like about Brandon, and I think again, when you wear board shorts, you're not going to be able to notice this. He has very nice legs, right? So you're thinking about the whole physique. You want that X factor, right? You want to look big up top, small in the waist, and have nice legs. And so when he puts on the board shorts, I think this makes his upper body, I mean, him training his legs the way he trains them, I think it makes his upper body looks even better. It makes him look even better. I mean, even right here on the side, if you see his calves, again, they're not judging on the lower, but honestly, if it's neck and neck, these guys are very comparable up top. I mean, when you hit that back pose, they may say, "Oh, let me look at his calves. What does calves look like?" The judging criteria is very subjective, in my opinion, to men's physique because a lot of these guys, you would think they look the same, or you would think this guy is on, or this
Mhm.
guy's winning, but it's not in all actuality like that. There's so many things to take into consideration when they're judging posing, your dryness, meaning are
Hey, you got
you
the
know
water off you.
yeah, absolutely. There you go. There you go. You
Yeah.
learning.
No, a little bit.
So yeah, that's it, man. But I'll put a bow on this thing. Yeah, Brendan Hendrickson first. Aaron Banks second. Ryan Terry third. Fourth. Uh, Kyron Holden, and then fifth, Alex Toplin. So
Okay,
that's it for me, man.
cool. Hey, I don't know that much about bodybuilding, but Dub sure gave us a nice quick lesson on it. Looking forward to it. And Mr. Olympia is this weekend, Dub?
This weekend.
This
Yep.
weekend. So,
Pay per
yo,
view, so you got to pay for it. But there are people that on YouTube that I think they may be able to stream it, or they may give you updates. So just stay tuned to YouTube. Just go, search Mr. Olympia Men's Physique, and you can see some of these guys on stage and live. So yeah, it's a very interesting event to watch. If you ask me, it's very. I mean, I competed, so that's why I have an interest in it. But it's a very competitive sport.
for sure. Hey, and we'll give them a recap. We'll let them know where your picks were before and who actually came in those places that you predicted.
Sounds good.
Um, as always, man, Dub and I just love talking sports. We love shooting the breeze. Yo, if y'all like what we're talking about here, if y'all think we worthy of that Mercedes Benz treatment, that comment, that like, subscribe, go ahead and give it to us. Tell a friend and tell a friend. Connect people in. Let's chop it up in the comments. And Dub and I'll keep giving y'all more content in the arena.